What's up everyone, it's this guy, and today we will be changing the cabin air filter on my wife's 2018 Rav4. Now this video will be applicable to 2013 to 2018. Actually, I think it'll actually work on most models, but since we're looking at this particular body style, it's going to be applicable to 2013 to 2018. So the filter you're going to need is a CAF 1816P. There's also a C at the end that's listed on some of them. I don't really know what the difference is, but this is the one you're going to find at your auto parts store. So the cabin air filter, it doesn't live under the hood. It's actually inside your car. So you're going to have to open your passenger door. Then we're going to go ahead and open the glove box. It's in here. Okay, now word of advice, you want to take everything out of this glove box because it's going to actually tip forward further and everything will fall out. Okay, now one thing I want to call out is when you open your glove box, it opens real slow, like this. And it's because there's a shock absorber that doesn't let it just fall open. So we need to disconnect that shock absorber before we can remove the glove box. It's actually located right here, and it's clipped to your glove box. So we need to get this off. So what you're going to do is we're going to pinch this and then slide that off. Now, you can use a pair of pliers to squeeze that. You will scar it a little bit. It's not going to damage it in the long term, but that's how you'll want to remove it. You'll pinch here and slide that off. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use pliers. Again, it's going to scar if you do this. You can actually put something on here, some tape if you want to make it not scar. But essentially, you're just going to pinch the end here, this off the end, like this. So if you ever have a glove box that just falls open, chances are it's that shock absorber has come loose. So the next step is we're going to release the glove box so that it comes all the way out. Okay, so here's how it works. It's hard to see. I've got the brightness turned up as bright as I can get it, but there's essentially a stopper right here. And it prevents the glove box from opening all the way. There's one here and there's one on the other side. So the trick is you're basically going to squeeze the glove box in like this. We'll do it one side at a time. And that'll allow it to come all the way out. And then once you do that, it'll actually simply remove. And at the bottom are these hinges. And that's where it ties in. It actually attaches here and over here. But now we've gotten to what we need to get to, which is where the air filter is housed. It's actually underneath here. So underneath here, this round piece, this is your blower fan. It actually blows your air. And in here, well, that's where your air filter is located. And if you look, you're going to see a tab right there. You simply push the tab in and then pull out the cover.
Notice the up arrow on the old filter? That's going to be important when we put in the new filter.
So now we're basically going to pull out the old filter, just slides right out. And look how dirty that is. I got leaves and everything in there. Okay, so before we start jamming the new air filter in, what I like to do is always compare the old and the new. And we're going to compare it in size to the old filter to make sure that it's the same fit, and we're good. I also want to call something out that's going to trip you up. On the filter we got from Toyota, the arrow pointed up and it said up on it. On the filter we're using from STP, it says airflow and it points in the direction of the flow, which means that in our scenario, this air filter will be inserted so the arrow is facing downward. So just be sure that you're aware of that. And just to ensure that everybody on YouTube is with me, if you look at this filter, it's got all of these leaves in it. When I took the filter out, it came out like this. And if you look at the side of it over here, it says up. So it doesn't say airflow, it says up. So let's just make sure we get that correct. So when we go to insert the new filter, we want to make sure that the words are facing out. And again, the arrows, airflow, it'll actually go in upside down like this. And it'll just simply slide right in place. Now I do want to call out that there is a small gap here, and that's completely normal. Remember, we did place this filter on top of the other filter. They're the exact same size. So now that the filter is placed, we can replace our cover. And if you can see here, there's actually a arrow that says up, so we know that we're inserting it the correct way. There's a tab here, and it inserts into a hole on the other side, an opening. And then we just simply shut it. Now we're going to put the glove box back in. I've seen videos where they don't show you this step. This is very important. So again, we've got hinges on the bottom. these grippers here, and they're going to hook onto each of these. So we're going to tip it at an angle, like this, upside down, and we're going to go ahead and seat those hinges. Just push them in, just like this, okay? Now, the shock absorber, we can knock him down, okay? Now we're going to take the glove box and we're going to shut it, and all we're going to do is close it. Okay, glove box is now seated, and in this little shock absorber in here, we're just going to reseat it. Just going to take it, put him over the clip, push him in place. So now the glove box works like normal. Now I can put all the stuff back in for my wife so that she doesn't get after me.